Oh, hi John. I thought I'd make you this video just to do a quick run over of the project that I made you. First and foremost, I think I covered this before, you have a 12 volt power supply. Currently it is plugged in, power cord already attached, negative and positive terminals. And you might be wondering what I added these two bridged gray terminals. I can kind of come back to this. If you decide that you wish to run a timed power off of your timed unit back out here for whatever reason to run it to something else, I thought I'd give you a couple of terminals to bridge it to. It costs me nothing, and if you don't use them, you don't use them. It's not that big of a deal. But those are what that's what those are there for. Obviously, the timed fan box, and like I said, let's just restart it. It has a non-volatile memory. It always comes on the on cycle, okay? And these guys are 25 CFM fans, so it's not like they'll blow your house down, but they do work. You probably can't see this, but anyway, they're nice little fans. It's standard circulation fans that I use for everything. You'll notice that this is timed with it. I just went ahead and mocked this up and put it in. I added a couple of spacers here. This would be the top part of the fan assembly, so this is drawing air in here. Like I said, I threw in a couple of these spacers just to make sure that you have some spacing on the fan. Down at the bottom, there's nothing angled, just a standard vent. Thought I'd just make it this way, keep the price down a little bit. Now behind here, these are slotted, and this is how you'll go ahead and you'll mount this in the back wall or side wall, whatever you're going to mount it on, of your humidor. Okay, slotted, you can move it up and down a little bit. So basically, find a spot, tag it, put a screw in, get it plumb, and then you can put your screw in the bottom. Now I've given you a bunch of different kinds of screws here, a couple of different lengths. The fender washers here, these are for mounting the duct fan, and I've included, like I said, a couple of lengths because you don't want them really too long to go through anything. If you needed something to neaten up your wiring and hold your wires, so I gave you some of these. And also there's a couple of these little sticky pad wire holders, so if you want to stick these on the side and run the wire down the side, anything to just neaten the job a little bit. I also sent you a little bit of wire. This is some 24 gauge speaker wire. It would be fine to run between the timed outlet and over here to the timed fan. And then I gave you a little bit of heavier duty wire. There's a bundle of it here, you can see, and you can use that to run from the power supply in to power the whole shebang. The DIN rail is now mounted, is now on the back here, and this guy's kind of easy. I'm just twisting wires around here. Let me undo this. So that was just a mock-up so that you could see it run. Again, these are real easy to use. You trim the wires about 10 millimeters or 4/10 of an inch. I like to tin them. In other words, I like to solder them just to keep the wires from fraying, but you don't have to do that. You flip these guys up. Now don't put the wire in it and flip it up because you'll break the lever off, okay? So always flip it up first. Insert the wire, clip it down, and you're done. And in this case, black is always minus, alright? So the white just indicates that this is the timed plus side. If it confuses you, just give me a buzz. But black is always your negative wire, okay? Remember, this is polarized. So again, back to the din. All you do is you compress. There's a little spring in here, so you compress. This is physically the top catch of the din rail clamp. So you just get under these two little rabbit ears there, and then snap this guy down. I tried to, if you wonder why it's not centered, I put it kind of on a center of gravity or center of mass so that it doesn't really wish to pivot one way or another. But you can pivot it. It's mounted on a single screw, so if you wanted to point it up, down, give it some direction, you can go ahead and do that. There's plenty of din rail to give it stability, and so you can slide it around some. And I didn't glue this, okay? I left this so that in the event you needed to get in there and you needed to tighten this screw, you can do it. This guy just kind of snaps in there, and if it pops off sometime in the future, you can simply put a little glue on it to keep it on, but it should be okay. So I think that's pretty much the gist of it. That's pretty much all you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and package this stuff up, and I will get you out a bill. But that's it, and that should at least get you started with some circulation products for your Aristo. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, just give me a buzz. If it looks like I've left anything out, just send me an email. I think I've covered everything that we discussed. Thanks.